Hey folks, Post here. Welcome back to another Poem Master video. And since I didn't do the Shizama for Gladian video yesterday, right? That means I pushed today, and we are getting like a banner every single day. So here we are again, another one. So Sabrina and Kailyn's banner is dropping tonight at reset, right? And this is actually a pretty interesting one because unlike a lot of other rerun banners, nothing is really happening, right? Sabrina, Kailyn, they're not getting synchro expansions. They already have synchros while they, well, Sabrina had a synchro while they dropped, and then Kailyn had her synchro expanded later on, afterwards already, right? And at first, I thought this would be like a way of them introducing new 6-star EX outfits because they are planning to give everyone a 6-star EX outfit eventually, right? So I thought maybe this will be a way of them introducing like 6-star EX outfits, which would be fantastic for Sabrina. But no, they didn't do that either. So I don't exactly know why they're dropping this one. It's not like Psychic type is super effective against like any of the legendary arena stuff that's coming in a few days, or you know what? Maybe it's for like the champion stadium because there's that one stage that's like weak to psychic. But then again, it's only one stage that's weak to psychic. There's like 5 stages weak to 5 different things. But I don't really know why they're dropping Sabrina Caitlyn over here. But however, this is also kind of sort of different from like other rerun banners that like make no sense because Sabrina's very 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 good, right? Sabrina's incredibly powerful. Um, I'd I'd say she's probably the best support in the game still, before Skylar gets her 6 REX. Um, but I don't think she's. I'd say she's probably second overall best in the game. I think Serena's a bit better, just because Serena's just so broken, right? Serena just completely breaks the game. Sabrina is still very very good, right? If you want to say Sabrina's better, then okay, whatever. Um, but yeah, Sabrina, regardless, is easily a top 3 unit in the game overall. Incredibly powerful, and we'll go over that. Kailyn, on the other hand, is okay. Um, but she still overall lacks a bit of use in comparison. And we'll go over the spanner in units. So Sabrina support, for those who don't know, let's just go over this unit. Has she really had that many summon locations? Wait, oh, and more. Okay, I think Serbi's just listing every single banner that she's been on. Oh yeah, even as unfeatured. But yeah, she is going to be featured. So yeah, let's just go over it. So Alakazam, it's a support, which is really weird because Alakazam in the main series games is a kind of a glass cannon sweeper ish. So it's a support, has good defenses. Its offensive stat is actually not bad. 230 special attack for a support, right? It's not great either, but it's something. Its passive's unflappable, can't flinch, speedy entry 1, raises user's speed when the Pokemon enters the battle, and dauntless special attack can be lowered. Speedy entry is one actually semi interesting that people don't talk too much about because, like, look at this guy's speed. This guy has a lot of speed. And if you go to Mega Alakazam, it's 400 speed. 400 speed with a +1 speed on. This thing actually has a lot of speed, which is super interesting. So 5-4 HP, not the most, right? 165 defense, not that great either, but 253 special defense. So she's mainly a special defensive tank, but she could also tank physical hits as well, and we'll go over how, right? And the moveset, it has Psybeam, 2 gauge, chance confuse, psychic special, dire hit all, +1 crit to everyone, right? Sixth Sense restores a bit of the allies' HP, drastically raises ally special attack, raises allies' accuracy. This move is just incredibly broken. This is incredibly powerful. At the time when it first came out, it wasn't as powerful as folks realized because back then the big meta was still co-op, and this isn't that great in co-op. However, in single player, which is again mainly the meta right now, this is incredibly broken and insanely powerful, right? And then you got Reflect, which is why I said she could maybe take some physical hits because she does have Reflect, so that definitely helps over there, which is 3 gauges, right? sync moves, nothing too special. It's a regular Mega Sync move. Goes Mega Exam after you sync, and then Mega Alakazam has a few differences, which is you have Psychic instead of Psybeam, and that's basically it. In terms of stats, you do get a bit more special attack, right? 275 special attack, and then you get more speed. So you could, like, this is Ethan level special attack. You could actually do some serious damage with Sabrina. If you want to do damage with her, like, she just basically does everything. She heals, she gives you accuracy, she gives you special attack, she gives you crit. You can confuse the opponent. Reduce physical damage done to the field of play. It gives you speed, right? You could do damage, and on the Synchro, there's even more stuff. On the Synchro, you get speed, right, for your whole team. Yeah, she's just amazing. She does like literally everything. She's the support of all supports. Yeah, in terms of offensive supports, right? And yeah, that's base Sabrina, right? Base Sabrina is okay. I mean, base Sabrina is still really good because, at base Sabrina, 1 out of 5, you actually have some good stuff here. You have 6th Sense MP refresh, which is basically, the biggest thing here because, again, 6th Sense is so powerful. And 6th Sense has, like, 2 uses. It's not like, it's not like a super OP move like, well, it is OP, but it's not like Dawn's full restore, right? Dawn's full restore only has like 1 MP. This one has 2, and it has MP refresh at 1 out of 5. But to truly, really get to unlock most of Alakazam's potential over here, you kind of need 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 gives you Psybeam, Move Gauge Refresh, gives you Dire Hit Critical Squad, which turns your Dire Hit all into Dire Hit plus all. And then you also have Dire Hit MP Refresh over here, right? You got some, Reflect stuff over here. I don't really care about the Move Gauge Refresh on Reflect, though. But yeah, a lot of really, really good stuff at 2 out of 5. You also get some Psychic power-ups. 3 out of 5 doesn't give you that much, but 3 out of 5 gives you a lot of, like, extra fluff stuff that you might want to work with, right? If you want to use her as a striker, you get Critical Strike 2 at 3 out of 5 for 1. You get Recuperation if you want to tank with her. You get Critical Countdown, which is super, super fun to use. A small 20% chance of reducing move countdown by 1 when you land a crit, and you will land a lot of crits because you have guaranteed crit, right? Once you get a critical slot. And then you also have Reflect Pep Rally, which is probably my favorite one to use on my grid, which sharply raises the speed of all allied sync pairs when a move is successful. So not only do you, again, do all that stuff, you also like raise your whole team's speed as well. 2 Psybeam Move Gauge refreshes. So yeah, even though she does have a 2 gauge move as her main spannable move for her support, it gets 2 move gauge refreshes, and she gets really, really good speed and increases the whole speed of the team, which is phenomenal. So as you can see, like, Sabrina is just incredibly busted, right? However, we now have to kind of talk about Kailyn, and Kailyn, it's not bad. Kailyn's not bad. But Kailyn's just, if you compare it to, it's really hard to compare any unit against, like, Sabrina, right, in the game. And it's unfortunate because we do kind of have to talk about Kailyn as well, because Kailyn's also in the banner, because the banner will very most likely be 1.5% Sabrina, 1.5% Kailyn, right? And it's not 2% Sabrina, which is what you get on her featured scouts, whatever, right? But that's the only options you have right here, right? I highly doubt you would ever, or we would ever get a Sabrina banner rerun with like full 2% rates, right? That would be kind of weird, right? But 1.5 is probably like the highest you'll ever get. So as for Kailyn is a striker, right? Psychic, weak to ghost. In terms of passives, antitoxin, can't be poison, flame proof, can't be burned, escape artist, can't be trapped. If you're looking at this as a striker, this is terrible. These passives are terrible for a striker. However, Kailyn, once you get into her sync grid, she turns into more of a tank. She's a phenomenal tank and an okay striker. I mean, she's not a terrible striker. I like, she just does solid damage as a striker, but she's just so much better as a tank, right? Going into her stats, 518 HP. Like, these stats do not look like tanking at all. I mean, they're really, 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 really good for a striker, but for a tank, these are terrible stats. Her tank capabilities come from her sync grid. 388 special attack, which is a lot, and then 205 speed, which is right? Got hidden power, which does nothing. 2 gauge move, special psychic. Move gauge boost, increase move gauge by 3, pretty self-explanatory. 2 uses. Psychic is psychic. That shouldn't be 118, should be 99 at 1 out of 5. Very small chance of lowering the target's defense. 3 gauges, single target. Don't Bore Me is her trainer move. Sharply raises user's special attack and then raises both defenses by 1. So you can see there are some things on her base kit that kind of makes you think she's might go in the tank direction, right? And then sync move over here is just standard, striker sync move. So yeah, like when talking about Kailyn, we just have to talk about grid because, like at standard, Kailyn really doesn't do anything special. She's just like a striker that does good damage, right? But in her sync grid, that's where you get like the more interesting stuff. So striker wise, you got 2 psychic move gauge refreshes, right? Although if you're using her as tank, you generally don't want to use psychic. But like that's kind of about it, if I'm right. There really isn't too much else. Like everything else is just basically using her as kind of support. I guess you have the sync move, 4 sync move power ups. But again, you got a lot of tankish stuff here that you could run. Stuff like let's see, Natural Remedy removes all status conditions. When the user inflicts by any status conditions for once every per battle, which is really, really great for Battle Villa because it refreshes every time. You got Healthy Healing, gradually heals when you enter the battle. You got Catalytic Cure, 30% or not 30%. Yeah, I think it is 30%, right? To restore HP on like any move, right? And you can run it on different weather teams with like Sand Shelter, Snow Shelter, right? For example, Reuniclus is phenomenal tank for a Cynthia and Acerola core team, right? So there's that. As for some other stuff that you could really do as well, as a semi-support-ish kind of thing, right, while you're tanking. Hidden power move gauge refresh 4, right? So 50% chance to refresh that move gauge. As for some other stuff, hidden power hype up, a small chance of raising special attack of all allied sync pairs when the Pokemon uses a move. You got hidden power propulsion 1, 20% chance of reducing user's sync move countdown by 1 when the move is successful. Move gauge boost, move gauge refresh 9, so you get like 4 gauges instead of like 3. Revenge boost 4, a 50% chance of increasing move gauge by 1 when you're hit by an attack move. So it, as you can see, the game really wants you to tank with Kailyn over here, right? And then yeah, that's basically what you get from her kit. So overall, she's a great tank. She's the okay striker, right? She does kind of have those 2 rules as well. I think she out damages Sabrina as a striker, right? But Sabrina obviously, everything else Sabrina is just so phenomenal. So basically, if you are summoning on this banner, you're mainly going to be summoning for Sabrina, which it is a spotlight scout with split rates, which is the issue here. So like, yes, Sabrina is very, very good and very worth summoning on. But like, if you guys do have the resources to pay gems, then it's better to pick Sabrina up on the select scout, right? Because you have a more guaranteed chance of pulling her, and you're not, you're not using too much gems on a banner that doesn't, it's not a limited. None of these are limited units, right? So there's the other thing, right? However, what I would say would be a decent idea is if you guys could do dailies on this banner. Throw in a daily every now and then, because you'd have like 3 dailies per day just to get, Sabrina, right? Which is not exactly expensive, but then again, that also costs pay gems. For free-to-play players, like, Sabrina's good, right? Again, she's probably among the best units in the game. But like, it's just too risky, right? 1.5% chance on a split banner. It's just too risky, honestly. again, she's incredibly good. She's like better than like most Pokefairs in this game, right? But like, or other limited units, and she's not limited. But again, do keep in mind, because she's not limited, you eventually would get her, probably. Hopefully before she gets outclassed by something else, you would get her. But I don't think this is it. Like, the unit is good. The banner is not that great, right? It's not like a Serena situation where Serena has a full race and it's the first time she's out, whatever. That's a banner that you probably would want to go for more in comparison to this one. So in general, I don't think you really should. But if you really, 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 really need Sabrina, I won't. Here's okay. I won't fault you for summoning on this banner, but I wouldn't suggest it either, right? Other than just doing daily summons, which is fine. But yeah, that's basically it for this one, right? Or like if you really want Kailyn, if you want them both, then okay, sure. Then if you want them both, then it's a 3% chance of getting either, which is actually much higher rates than any other banner, right? But if you're just going for Sabrina, right, this is just kind of iffy. But yeah, anyways, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know, guys, think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one.